What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how my confidence has really increased after having my implants removed, and how that happened, and what kind of went on, and what I really believe real confidence is. Don't forget to give me a subscribe, you guys, if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up and hit the little notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload new videos, and enjoy. What's up, you guys? If you don't know me, I am Hannah Dawson. I am owner and creator of Fitness Ministry, where I inspire women just like you to love the skin you're in through faith, fitness, and food. And I do this by teaching you how to train with a purpose, eat with a purpose, and how to have faith through the process. What's up, everybody? So I really wanted to do this video because for one, it's something that I felt God prompting me to share with you guys. Sorry, guys. I have to move my camera stand. It was sitting on my little notes that I had written down here. A few notes written down. I think the fear that we can have when we decide to do something as big as remove our implants, whatever the reason is, whether it's whatever that reason is, there's always fear behind there, right? Fear that you're making the right decision, fear that will you like yourself after they're out, and even if you're like, I just want to feel better, I don't care how they look. Of course we all care how they look. That's just a part of being a woman. Maybe to some degree it's worse than others. Like for me, I'm married now, I have 2 kids. It's not that big of a deal. But I mean, if I was young and in my 20s and not married, it probably would be a big deal. And it's just the mindset where we're at. And I really wanted to do this message and just encourage you guys to know that, like, there's confidence on the other side of it. I promise you. I promise that removing them, don't feed into the lie that you're going to have this lack of confidence. There's something beautiful in making the right decision. There's something when you listen to your intuition and you make a right decision, whatever it is in your life, something beautiful comes from that. It builds trust in God. It builds trust in yourself. It builds integrity. It builds strength, because it's a brave thing to do. You are strong to make that decision, because what you are doing is you are letting go of those external crutches, those external things that once made you feel confident, to now relying on something internally to get your confidence from. And now this doesn't happen overnight, you guys, but I think when you make those little decisions, those little steps forward, those little steps in the right direction, you get a little bit stronger and a little bit stronger, and it builds your confidence more. Sorry, notifications popping up here. So some things that, some words that God really spoke to me throughout this process of what really started to help build, my confidence. Because you guys, confidence is not an external thing. It is not what you wear. It is not what you have. It is not what you drive. It is not your title. You may think those things may make you feel confident, but at the end of the day, they're empty. They don't make you a confident person. They're like a facade. They're like, a facade in the desert. When you see water, it's not actually there. So it's like you're chasing after this thing that's not actually there. So confidence is something that comes internally. It comes from your values. It comes from your beliefs. It comes from your integrity. It comes, from staying true to who you are, no matter what is going on around you. And it is stepping out of your comfort zone when you are scared as shit. That's where confidence comes from. And confidence can only be built in areas where you are stepping out in blind faith and trust. And that's how confidence gets built. So the 3 words that God really spoke to me was I have them written down. Trust was the hugest one. I just kept hearing him say, trust me, Hannah. Like, do you trust me? And every day, you guys, I would say, I trust you, God. I trust you, God. Even if it wasn't totally true, I just would keep saying it out loud. And the next one that he told me was focus. Where's your focus? You know, find your focus and make sure, because what you focus on in your life, you empower. And so I knew that my focus had to be on him. My focus had to be on the long-term outcome, not on how I was feeling now. I knew that I had to be careful what things where my eyes were looking. I had to be very mindful of who I was hanging around and how they talked about themselves and how they talked about their life and their situations, because I knew if I was making a healthy decision, just like when you're making a healthy decision for your body and all your friends are always going out to pubs or drinking or eating, you slowly think like, okay, that's not really what I want, so you slowly stop hanging out with them. And it's almost more important for if you have friends that gossip a lot and are constantly putting others down, it's a reflection of what's going on inside of them. So anytime someone is gossiping, anytime someone is critiquing somebody else's life or very judgmental, it's only because that's how they feel about themselves inside. And so you hang around that person long enough, you'll start doing that. And so I realized this. So I had to be very careful of who I was hanging around. And you guys, that's not even including friends. That's including family members. I had to limit my time with certain family members, which was really hard because family is hard to not be around sometimes. So focus. I had to be careful of the shows that I was watching, like Housewives. Like, probably not the best show to watch. I know some, like, it's like junk food for the brain or whatever, but it is literally junk food and nothing good comes from it besides you comparing yourself to these women with extravagant everything. And again, it's just like, it's such a facade, and it has no you know, most of them you see are gossiping and fighting and stuff, and it's like, if I wouldn't hang out with those people, I don't want to watch those people, because I don't want to become like that, because I want to be the best me that I can be, and I can't if I'm around toxic things all the time. I also had to be really mindful of what I was listening to, music-wise, like I said, shows, making sure everything was uplifting. When you're really in a state of transformation, and removing the implants was just, you know, you guys, the tip of the iceberg. There was tons of stuff under there. I really had to make a decision to detox. And like, I know I get a lot of questions from you guys on detox. What detox did you do? What creams did you do? What this? You guys, I didn't really focus myself on doing a detox for my body, like with food and stuff, because my body naturally does that. Your body will naturally do that. It was more so I had to detox my mind and my thoughts and my words, and that was a process, because I knew if I didn't do that, it didn't matter what I did to my body, eating wise, detoxing wise, that it wasn't going to last. It's like building your house on sand. It's not gonna last. There's storms that are inevitable. You cannot go into life thinking once you start feeling better that you're gonna feel better for the rest of your life. Storms and trials are inevitable. They are there to make you stronger. You need to prepare yourself for them. And the only way you can prepare is to prepare your mind. Your mind is like where everything needs to, your mind and your soul, your spirit, that is where things need to be solid. And the rest is kind of an after effect. Eating healthy, exercising, those are just like sprinkles on the cupcake. And the third word that he told me was patience. Patience can be really hard, and a lot of us can be like, well, I'm patient, but you can have a bad attitude the whole time. That's not patience. Patience is your attitude through the waiting process. It's saying, you know, it doesn't matter how long it takes. There is a treasure in this trial, whatever it is, and I'm going to look for that treasure. I'm going to look for the pot of gold you know, from that rainbow, that's from that storm, and it's your attitude through those trials that create patience or create frustration. And at the end of the day, it's your attitude, right? Your attitude towards, you're either going to have a good attitude or you're going to have a bad attitude. And bad attracts bad. Negative attracts negative. Positive attracts positive. Sometimes it attracts negative a little bit, but then a positive person will always find a positive thing out of that negative situation. And so those were the 3 words, you guys, that I really had to focus on, and I wanted to share those words with you. And that was just the beginning. Those words, I really had to think about what those words meant. I really had to look them up in the dictionary. I know it sounds funny, but do it, because one word has so much depth to it that it is up to us to unpack that. It's like a gift. It's a present. Every day, today is the only day you guys are guaranteed to have. And, you know, if we don't take authority over, you know, our words, our behavior, our emotions, our thoughts, our time, then we're not in control of our life. And we, you know, if we're not in control of our life, we're blaming everything on circumstances. And so I had to really be conscious of those words, the people I was hanging around. One other thing I had to really be careful of is to friends that are constantly comparing their lives to other people's lives, because that's something that is like, it's like a plague. You don't want to get near people that compare or complain, because you will start doing it too. And I had to be really careful that I didn't start doing it too, because it's easy with social media and stuff, because the minute you're comparing your life to somebody else's, you're complaining about your own. Even though you may not verbally be doing it. Have you ever went on Facebook and like started looking at somebody that you see or people that you follow, and instantly you're like, why am I not there yet? Like, why? What's wrong with me? Like, I'll never be that. I'll never be this. I'm sure you have. I've done it too. And it can ruin your whole day. And you just start feeling like down. And so nothing great will come out of ungratefulness, because it really is, it's ungratefulness. And so to be grateful and to be confident about your life, you have to be grateful for what you have. And so all of these words were just unpacking for me: trust, focus, patience. And you guys, there were times throughout this process when I wasn't sure, you know, I was excited to feel healthy again. I was excited to have my energy back again. I was excited to get back in the gym again. But there was a lot of emotions that were coming up throughout the whole time. Lots of stuff that God really was working with me on with my parents and stuff. I really had to, in those moments when I would feel insecure, or those thoughts would come, I really had to go back to those words like trust. I trust you, God, because it would be a mind battle, you guys. This is a whole mind battle. Every time I would feel that battle, whatever it was, you know, with my parents or my character, or, you know, maybe I was, you know, caught up in comparing or doing something of that sort. It's so easy to want to reach outwardly to try to fill what we feel empty inwardly. Do you know what I mean? Whether that is shopping, whether that is, you know, like I kind of shared you guys with my story, Botox, you know, like really feeling down about seeing wrinkles on my face that I wasn't used to seeing before. Not wrinkles, but fine lines and things that aren't really that big of a deal, but to me, because I relied so much on it, I just would feel that battle, like, oh, well, you know, I could just do like a little bit and that will make me feel better. But I really had to stop, and I really had to remember to refocus, to reset my focus, and to trust this process, that whatever I was wanting to reach for outwardly, that God would feel inwardly if I would just trust Him and I would just have patience through it. Does that make sense? And just remember that through this, that saying, this too shall pass. And that with every mountain you have to hurdle, with every insecurity you have to hurdle, and that you hurdle it and you trust God to bring you through it. That every time you do that, because it makes you, in a way, step out of your comfort zone, right? Anytime that you have to step out of your comfort zone is where you grow. If you let yourself, if you don't shy away from it, if you don't let those insecurities take over, if you just let God push whatever it is out of you, there's growth. And with that growth comes confidence. And you guys, confidence, like I said before, is not an outwardly thing, it is an inwardly thing. And the more you focus on, that something good is in you, that you are an amazing person, that you are more than a body with a head, with eyes, that you are smart and you are intelligent and you are brave and you are just, God has a plan for you and you are going to touch many lives. Because I want to share something with you, something that it really impacted me that I heard, that someone is waiting for you to get to the other side of your healing. Because that person that's waiting, or those people, their lives will never be touched unless you do this. Isn't that powerful? Isn't that a little bit of a weight on your shoulders to know that by you being obedient and you trusting and you overcoming your insecurities, that's going to touch thousands of lives around you? Maybe it's only one life, but that one life is worth more than you'll ever know. That to me changed everything. I knew that I had to share everything that I was going through. I knew I had to be vulnerable enough to share with you guys every little detail, because I could say one thing that could help somebody. And that's, in the end, that's what life is about. Life isn't about, about surviving and arriving. It is about thriving and giving and being generous with our time and our words and our love. That's what it's about. And so if you can look at wherever you are right now in your journey, whether you haven't had them removed, you've had them removed, or you're getting them removed, or you're still borderlining, like not sure, I want you to know that it's not just about this one thing. This one thing is a test to bring you into what you are called to do. Whatever that is, whatever that dream is inside you, this is a small little part of it to see if you can be obedient in this. Because whatever those dreams are inside you, those big dreams, maybe you've buried them. To do those big things, you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone a lot. And you're going to have to be obedient in little things so that God can trust you with the bigger things. And so whatever feelings you're feeling inside, trust those. So I want to finish with this, you guys. The more or the less I started to give into those emotional fixes, whether it was shopping, whether it was exterior, whether it was diets, whether it was substances. Substances aren't an issue for me, but maybe they're an issue for you. They used to in my past. I can share that with another day, story for another day. Whatever it is that you are reaching for to fill you, the more you say no to those little things, the stronger you will become. The less you give into those momentary fixes to fill you, to fill that external fix, the stronger you will feel mentally. I was filling my mind with, and what I was spending the first hours of my morning were things that were going to benefit me in the long run. And so that's praying, journaling, affirmation, things like that, you guys. So I hope that this was helpful. You guys, I love you. The more rewarding it is, because you're like, I made it through this. I did it. And I'm strong. I am a good person. I didn't need those to make me happy. I didn't need that to make me happy, because God, I'm so full of joy today, and I didn't need to buy anything, and I didn't need to go and fix anything, and I didn't need any of that stuff. I just felt happy because those painful things that I was going through, I trusted you with. I laid them out and I said, okay, God, I'm letting it come down. Here's my hurt if I have to sob for half the day and let you in. Something beautiful, healing comes from that. And that is where your confidence starts to build. It starts to build. It has to be in Him, you guys. Your confidence has to be in God. Because if your confidence is in anything but God, it's not a foundation. Guys, for tuning in and watching my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up or down. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos. You guys, everything that we talked about today is down in the show notes, so go check those out. If you want to contact me, my email is down there too. Maybe you need some prayer, maybe you just need someone to talk to. I do Zoom calls, FaceTime calls, so if you need to set up one of those, again, my email is below, you guys. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter as well. The link is below, as I send you guys workouts and meal plans and things like that, and they're all free. They're all to help you guys, so everything's below. Have a good day, guys. Bye.